Good evening, and thank you for joining us at the virtual Dart for Art live from the Crooked Tree Art Center, Petoskey Theater. My name is Ben Whiting, keynote speaker, entertainer, and CTAC board member, and I'll be your MC this evening. Now, I've been supporting CTAC since I moved to Michigan in 2013. Supporting the arts is important to me because I believe the arts have the potential to make us feel something, to widen our perspective on the world and those around us. And when our perspective widens, it increases our capacity for empathy. And I believe empathy is a gateway drug to strong, thriving, loving communities. Communities where people understand that we're more alike than we are different. So I want to thank you for supporting the arts with me, and more specifically for supporting the CTAC. This year, for the health and safety of our CTAC family, we have reimagined our annual fundraiser as a virtual event, and we hope you've taken advantage of some of the online experiences, whether that's the online lectures, the chats, or the virtual happy hour this past week. Now, if you haven't checked out the online auction, you can register to view and bid online at dartforart.givesmart.com. Anyone can bid. Virtual Dart tickets are not required to join in the fun, but watch your clocks because the auction closes at 8 p.m. tonight. Need help placing a bid? Feel free to give us a call at 231-347-4337. We are standing by to help you out. Now, you can bid on unique, one-of-a-kind auction packages tonight, but you can also bid on artwork from the Dart for Art Gallery and Little Gems, which are 6-inch by 6-inch paintings created by some of your favorite local artists. You can also sponsor a Fund a Need item to fill a specific need at the CTAC, such as a ukulele for a music student, art supplies for kid camps, or a new PA system for the Garage Band, which you'll be hearing later on tonight. Or make a Fund the Mission donation to support arts education at the CTAC all year long. Now, next up, you're going to be hearing from the CTAC Petoskey Site Director, Megan DeWint. But before you do, we'd like to share a fun video montage of Crooked Tree Art Center community members, young and old, learning, exploring, and creating together. Enjoy the video.
Wow, that video makes my heart feel full. I think we can all agree the past 5 months have been a challenge in some shape or form for each and every one of us. Some of us have been challenged emotionally, others financially, and many physically. I am so proud of the amazing accomplishments of our staff, board of directors, and volunteers. Prior to March, delivering our mission to inspire and enrich lives through the arts was dependent primarily on in-person interaction. After the stay-at-home order, the staff quickly pivoted to provide online programming that encouraged discussion, appreciation, and creation of art in all its forms as a way to engage, process, and connect to others during such an isolating time in our lives. Within a week of closing, the School of Ballet turned to Zoom to provide over 20 classes to more than 200 dancers each week. We began virtual Coffee at 10 lectures. No longer bound to a specific location, lecture goers could attend from the comfort of their own homes, from Florida to California. If you haven't attended a lecture, you're missing out. Visual Arts Director Liz Earlwine and Education Outreach Director Christy Wodick are inquisitive and engaging hosts. We offered virtual meetups, studio tours, and happy hours for our Artist Guild members. We transformed the Youth Arts Festival into a virtual event, providing expanded access to both entry and viewing. Our online youth arts show exhibited 1,500 student entries representing 27 area schools. We awarded $4,500 in college scholarships through our Youth Arts Scholarship Program, and 120 student writers entered our Young Writers Juried Competition for over $1,400 in prize money. We began offering a combination of in-studio, plein air, and virtual classes that allow our students to pursue their creativity at their own safety and comfort level. During the stay-at-home order, we created 250 isolation creation art kits for families to pick up at our front door and create at home. All summer long, you could find the Crooked Tree Painter Studio gathering, socially distanced of course, to paint and share ideas on our own Bidwell Plaza. We also continued to show our support for local musicians through live Concerts in the Park series every Wednesday and Friday throughout the summer in Pennsylvania Park. In Traverse City, Paint Grand Traverse went virtual with 40 artists participating and over 146 pieces painted over a 2-day period. The work is now displayed both virtually and in our Traverse City galleries. And we installed our first ever Dart for Art exhibit for our entire community to view in the Petoskey galleries, thanks to the generous donations from more than 150 area artists. I'd like to thank the staff by name for going above and beyond to inspire, teach, strengthen, motivate, and transport our community during this incomprehensibly challenging time. First, the mastermind behind our virtual Dart for Art, Andrea Coronado. Your events set the benchmark for all. With the hardest job to fill, for sure, our business manager, Karina Hume, for keeping it all together. To my Traverse City counterpart, site director Megan Kelto, for sharing in difficult decisions and a reimagined vision. To our visual arts director, Liz Earlwine, for her willingness to expand and explore creative new ways to experience art. To Alex Daly, front desk and communications specialist, for her beautiful ability to express our mission in a written word and to greet our patrons with such grace. To our Education and Outreach Director based in Traverse City, Christy Wodick, for constantly seeking opportunities for Crooked Tree to make connections. To Heather Rowie, our School of Ballet Artistic Director, for her unfettered dedication to the development of our student dancers. To our Galleries Associate and Grant Writer, Monica Stokes, for her careful attention to detail. To our Facilities Manager, Jason Shepper, for keeping our buildings safe for both our staff and our visitors. And to Madison Payunk for her great strides in transforming and managing our Petoskey Sales Gallery. These individuals are your art center. They make great things happen in our community. And your DART tickets, bids on fabulous auction items, fund the mission donations, art sales, and memberships help make all of this possible. Thank you to all of our members, donors, and patrons for your continued support of our mission to inspire and enrich lives through the arts. And now, performing straight on by heart, the Crooked Tree Garage Band, also known as the Crooked Underground.
Feel the fire.
If you enjoyed that clip, you are in for a treat because tonight's live stream event will conclude with a performance from the Garage Band. And now I'd like to tell you about some of the items we have up for auction here tonight. Again, a reminder, all the bidding will take place online, so be sure to log in and place those bids. And also, don't forget, bidding ends at 8 p.m. tonight. Now on to some of the auction items. It was actually about 2 months ago that Megan and I were talking when we came across a violin and a painting. And upon further investigation, we realized that we had come across a Picasso and a Stradivarius. But as it turns out, Stradivarius was a horrible painter, and Picasso could not make a violin to save his life. So we left those out of the auction this evening. However, I would like to tell you about the 5 amazing packages we have available right now for you to bid on. First, we have the 2020 Dart for Art featured artwork, Ethereal by Trisha Witty, and it's actually right here behind me. Now, this 36-inch by 36-inch masterpiece was created over the course of 6 weeks on the shores of Wilderness State Park. It is absolutely stunning. I wish you were here in person to see it. Now, it's been hanging in the galleries at CTAC all summer long, but soon it could be in your living room. Now, Trisha Witty is a self-taught artist who grew up on the shores of Lake Michigan in Harbor Springs. She sold her first oil painting at the age of 15 and opened her own exclusive gallery at the age of 19. Her work has allowed her to travel and paint all over the world. Witty has paid close attention to the arts, culture, and essence of each locale in all the places she's had the privilege to visit and live. Her art, all in archival oils and painting with the strokes of a single palette knife, have a light and life of their own. When you're standing here, it almost looks like the painting is breathing. Now, along her professional path, Trisha Witty has found a warm reception for her work, whether with established patrons or with those who are just now becoming acquainted with her work. This interaction has nurtured her personal growth as an artist and given her a sustained passion to create. When a new piece is coming into being and the very first inspired bits of paint hits the canvas, she's overwhelmed with butterflies and excitement. Hundreds of her well-loved and special creations hang in collections both near and far, and this is your chance to share in the experience. Thank you, Trisha, so much for your generous contribution to tonight's Dart for Art. Now, our second package. This is a private dinner with cocktails and live music in the new Little Traverse Bay Ferry for you and 16 of your friends. Gather with your friends and family for a unique, one-of-a-kind sunset dinner on the water with the Little Traverse Bay Ferry Company. Your party will enjoy the private use of the new ferry launching from your choice of port in either Bay Harbor, Petoskey, or Harbor Springs. Start your evening with a Lavender Hills Farm champagne toast, followed by cocktails, appetizers, live music on the ferry, followed by a fabulous dinner prepared by Chef Cullen Freilich of Nomi Kitchen. Chef Cullen has spent 13 years refining his culinary expertise. He's a graduate of the Great Lakes Culinary Institute in Traverse City and has honed his culinary skills at Trattoria Stella, Tapawingo, and Chandler's, a restaurant in Petoskey where he has proudly served as chef de cuisine for 10 years. Your evening will be complete as you cruise around Little Traverse Bay on the new ferry as the sun sets on a fabulous evening. This package was generously donated by the Little Traverse Bay Ferry Company, Chef Cullen Freilich of Nomi Kitchen, Stafford's Hospitality, and Lavender Hills Farm. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. And now, our third package. Our third auction package is your chance to own a piece of Nubs Knob history. Nubs Knob decommissioned their nostalgic blue chairlifts this year, and CTAC was lucky enough to secure one for this auction. Built in 1971, these fabulous blue lift chairs have been a part of Northern Michigan history for nearly 50 years. We asked former Dart for Art featured artist and metal sculpturist Tom Moran of Moran Ironworks to create a frame to transform the lift chair into an outdoor swing. But don't worry, we've kept the integrity of the blue chair, just as you remember it. The metal frame is approximately 10 feet tall and allows for a smooth summer swing right in your own backyard. And we will bring it right to you. That's right, this item includes free local delivery in the Harbor Springs, Petoskey, Bay Harbor, Charlevoix, and Boyne City areas. This was generously donated by Nubs Knob and Tom Moran of Moran Ironworks. Now, before we get to the next item, I would just like to tell a brief story that earlier this morning, I was reading a magazine. And there was an article in there that was talking about the effects of alcohol on the body. It was talking about how it affects the skin, the aging process, and so I would just like everyone who's tuned in right now to know that I, Ben Whiting, have officially given up reading. And if you enjoy a bourbon cocktail like I do, then this package is going to be for you. You and 16 of your friends will experience a one-of-a-kind Kentucky bourbon and barbecue party on Minnetonka Beach. Named the most delightful beach in northern Michigan, Minnetonka Beach is an exclusive private beach between Petoskey and Harbor Springs. You will enjoy a custom bourbon bar featuring the finest Kentucky bourbons, including, but not limited to, Woodford Reserve, Maker's 46, Booker's Small Batch, Four Roses Single Barrel, Jefferson's Reserve, and 1792 Small Batch, just to name a few. You'll enjoy your cocktails with bluegrass music and a high-end Kentucky-style barbecue dinner created by award-winning James Beard chef and Kentucky native, Kathy Carey. Kathy will create a menu just for you using traditional Kentucky ingredients with unexpected contemporary twists. Enjoy as you watch the sunset on a fabulous evening in northern Michigan. But you will also receive a swag bag. That's right, everyone goes home with a swag bag that includes selections from Bourbon Barrel Foods, whose motto is Eat Your Bourbon, and Kentucky Arts and Crafts books by Kentucky authors, including poet Wendell Berry. This amazing package was donated by Virginia Speed and Al Shands, Mary Beth and Charlie Clark, and Sissy and Julian Van Winkle. Thank you so much for your contribution, donation, and support. And last but not least, package number 5. Who wants to experience a luxury staycation in Bay Harbor, Michigan? Well, if you do, bid on this package and you'll enjoy luxurious accommodations at the Inn at Bay Harbor. Your 2 nights lodging in a master suite includes gourmet breakfast for 2 each morning and dinner for 2 at Vintage Chop House. Boasting million-dollar sunsets, the Inn at Bay Harbor sets the bar for Lake Michigan hotels and redefines the standard for Michigan resorts. Designed in homage to the grand hotels of the late 19th century, the Inn now stands as the embodiment of fine living, bringing uncompromising levels of elegance, detail, and service together. Also, during your stay, hit the links with some friends with 18 holes of golf for 4 with carts at the Bay Harbor Golf Club. From the moment you arrive, you will know you are someplace special as the quiet elegance and gorgeous vistas surround you. The 14,000 square foot award-winning Fuller Nichols design clubhouse sits atop a bluff overlooking Little Traverse Bay, beckoning you to relax and take in the unparalleled views. This package was generously donated by Boyne, USA. These 5 amazing packages are only available by bidding online. Need help placing a bid? Call us at 231-347-4337. We are standing by to take your call and help you place those bids. Now, in a non-pandemic year, we would invite the featured artist, Trisha Witty, to share a few words on this stage. But since we can't be here in person, she wanted to share a special message with you via video. Take it away, Trisha.
It's an honor for me and my art to be specially featured for 2020's Dart for Art. I have been involved for many years in this event, and I'm pleased to be the featured artist this summer. I wish I could have in-person conversations with each and every one of you at a large, fun gathering at the Crooked Tree Center Dart for Art. but we are in challenging times, so please bear with me as I share a few thoughts. Art has been with us since the dawn of humanity, and I like to think that ancient people looked out into the ether, to the stars and the moon and the sun for inspiration and emotion, which then caused certain forms of art to be created. It is in this primitive spirit of gazing upon a universe bigger than ourselves, our culture, our country, our worldwide issues, that my painting Ethereal was born. Humans long for understanding and connection. Art helps take us into that realm of the mysterious beauty of sky, water, and earth. I myself have always felt a deep connection to the lakes and the land and the creatures of northern Michigan, having grown up here. When I can put into my paintings the love and caring I feel for our world, I'm very pleased to share it on canvas. Art is not simply static, and painting is not just two-dimensional. Art should take you somewhere new. Ethereal was done at our family beach property up in Cross Village, which is a very spiritual place for me, kind of my getaway from the chaos of society or everyday life. I go up there and relax and spend time with my little dog. And the sunsets are spectacular up there, but it's a very grounding place for me. So that was the inspiration for Ethereal, to get to capture what I feel in my place onto canvas. And this was done on hemp. I use linen, so Belgian linen or Russian linen, a smooth surface, but last year I was commissioned to go out to Virginia to paint hemp fields for a longtime client, which was a great experience. So we decided to paint on hemp on hemp basically. So we ordered the canvas, 100% hemp. It was a 20-ounce canvas. I stretched it myself, so I started doing paintings of their hemp fields, and I decided to do this large painting. It was very challenging for me because I'd only done maybe 4 paintings on hemp. And this took me between 6 and 8 weeks to do. It's an incredibly rough surface, almost like jute, and I had to prime it 5 to 6 times with gesso, and that's why you see so many layers in this, and it's very, very three-dimensional looking as well.
Thank you so much, Trisha. Your generous support is appreciated. And if you haven't stopped by Trisha Witty's gallery in Harbor Springs, we invite you to do so you can see her amazing collection of artwork. Now, we'd like to invite a special guest to the stage, Kendall Janka. Kendall is a parent to 3 students on the CTAC School of Ballet. We've invited her here tonight to share a few words about how Crooked Tree Arts Center has been impactful in her life and the lives of her family. Please join me in welcoming Kendall.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us virtually tonight to support the Crooked Tree Arts Center. My 3 children have been students at the Crooked Tree Arts Center School of Ballet for 5 years. If you have ever attended a performance by the School of Ballet, you know that they're creating outstanding dancers and beautiful, professional quality ballets. You also probably know from reading the newsletter that their pre-professional dancers audition for and attend summer intensives put on by ballet companies across the country every year. A few of those students are invited to train year-round with those companies, and a few have even been offered positions with the companies as professional dancers. These are amazing accomplishments for any school of ballet, but especially one situated in such a small town in a remote area. There is no doubt that the quality of instruction is spectacular. Tonight, however, I want to talk about the impact of the ballet program has had on my children, especially my oldest, from a much more personal perspective. My oldest child, Grayson, didn't start dancing until he was 10, but that year was completely life-changing for him. Grayson had been a difficult infant and toddler and preschooler. He was hyperactive, hypersensitive, anxious, and to make things more complicated, hyperintelligent. As you might imagine, elementary school was disastrous. He was bored with the content, but at the same time, he was so hyperactive that he couldn't sit still. He had sensory sensitivities, so noise and touch often overwhelmed him. It's a long and complicated story, but by second grade, we decided to homeschool. He was so angry, frustrated, and depressed that we didn't know what else to do. We worked with a child psychiatrist to help him with ADHD and anxiety medications, and in third grade, we felt he was ready to go back. The medications helped, but it was still a difficult road. Third grade was better, fourth grade was a disaster. But in the summer between fourth and fifth grade, Grayson was introduced to ballet. And within just 1 year, we saw dramatic changes. To give you a sense of scale, at parent-teacher conferences at the beginning of fifth grade, I went into the conferences thinking that it was going to be a 10 to 15-minute conference and came out an hour and a half later. I learned that the teacher hadn't scheduled anybody else for the entire meeting, entire evening. It was just me and Grayson's issues. Over time, Grayson danced more and more hours each week, and we started to see changes in him at home and in school. By the end of fifth grade, I had a normal 10 to 15-minute conference, and the teacher was amazed by his progress. By sixth grade, his teachers were telling me that he was focused, responsible, and mature. And the phrase, "a joy to have in class," started showing up in the comments on his report card. I'm sure that part of this was that he was growing up, but we and his doctors attribute most of this change to ballet. Exercise is very helpful for ADHD and anxiety, but his doctors said that there's something particularly therapeutic about ballet and dance. Somehow, the combination of physical activity, concentration, and music transformed our complicated child. Additionally, Grayson found a place where he was accepted at ballet. I remember one of my first conversations with Miss Heather, the director of the program. I expressed some of my concerns about Grayson, and she responded, "We're all a little weird and smart here. He fits right in." She and the other dancers and instructors saw something in my child who had for so long been misunderstood and welcomed him, oddities and all. The week of his first performance, I was able to see his interactions with the other dancers for the first time. I remember the older, more experienced dancers making a point of saying hello to him, and in general, just being very friendly. I was deeply touched. He was a male dancer in a sea of girls, a little quirky, and he didn't start dancing until he was 10, but he was accepted just the same. After a few years of dance, Grayson was elevated to the pre-professional level and started dancing 15 to 20 hours per week. I was worried about his ability to keep up with school, but that was unfounded. The more exercise he got, the more he was able to focus, and the better he did in school. When the pandemic struck in March and suddenly there was no ballet, I was really concerned about the impact that might have on Grayson. We had learned that a highly structured schedule and intense exercise were essential for him. I could easily imagine him sliding into depression and losing his ability to focus. That never happened, however, because within a week, Miss Heather, Miss Carey, and many former cricketry students pulled together and figured out how to take class virtual. The dancers now had at least 2 classes a day, 6 days a week, even during shutdown. In addition to daily classes in ballet and contemporary, there were master classes taught by professional dancers, lessons on ballet history, videography, and more. While other kids were feeling emotionally lost as their world suddenly vanished, Grayson still had a routine and structure and the caring support of the cricketry teachers. Hearing the voices of their teachers over Zoom and having a ballet schedule kept us all engaged with the world and gave us a sense of normalcy amidst the fear and unknown. Cricketry is creating dancers, clearly, but they are also nurturing stable, healthy, kind, caring individuals. The lessons taught go well beyond dance. Recently, I was listening to Grayson help his younger sister with some ballet choreography. My 15-year-old son very kindly and patiently listened to a 9-year-old girl's question about ballet, was able to make her feel as though her questions were valid and real, and answered them in a way that was helpful and not in the least condescending. This is behavior that he learned from his respectful, kind, and caring teachers at cricketry. This is behavior that will extend to everything he does in life. I hope that you'll find it in your hearts to continue supporting the Crooked Tree Art Center School of Ballet. The dancers may not be currently in the studio, but growth and learning is taking place in new and creative ways. Thank you.
Kendall, thank you so much for sharing your story. We know that there are countless other families in our community who have their own stories about how CTAC has impacted them, improved their lives, and enriched their children. And now we'd like to share a special message from the CTAC School of Ballet students and instructors. They created this video message just for you, just for this occasion. Start the video.
One of the very important but little publicized components of our students' dance education is attending summer intensive programs at some of the leading national and international dance schools. These summer intensives allow our students to receive year-round training opportunities, secure professional contracts with companies, expand their networking opportunities, realize tremendous gains in technique and artistry, improve their social skills, gain exposure to a multitude of dance styles, and develop increased confidence and independence. The per-student cost of these programs ranges from $3,000 to $7,000. Our students receive acceptances upon audition in order to attend these prestigious summer intensives. The dancers and their parents travel to Chicago every weekend, January through March, for auditions. Collectively, our students received acceptances to 38 of the finest dance schools in the country, Russia, and Canada this year. This year, we would have had 19 dancers attending summer intensives across the country and Russia. Most of those 19 students received scholarship money from our Dance Scholarship Fund in order to further their dance educations, many of which would be unable to afford to do so. Every year, at least 10 of our students receive scholarship money from this fund. Our students generally begin attending summer intensives at age 11 or 12 and continue attending summer programs throughout high school until they either graduate from high school, receive a year-round invitation, or a professional contract. That comes to roughly $40,000 per student in tuition. This figure is just tuition and boarding. This does not include travel, food, or other supplies. Here's a fun fact. Each pair of pointe shoes costs approximately $75, and dancers typically go through 2 pairs per week during their summer intensives. Over the years, we have provided over $100,000 in scholarships so our students could attend these summer intensive programs. That money comes exclusively from donations and ticket sales from our June performance, the Nutcracker, and the Sugar Plum Fairy Tea. This year we had to cancel our June performance and may cancel Nutcracker and the Tea. This is why your help in funding our scholarship fund is so critical this year, so we can continue giving our young students the ability to realize their full artistic potential. To make a donation in any amount to the Dance Scholarship Fund, you can do so right from your personal dart bidding page. If you haven't registered, you can do so at dartforart.givesmart.com. You don't have to purchase a virtual dart ticket to participate in the online auction or to support the cause. In addition, donations are always accepted by contacting the front desk at 231-347-4337.
Thank you for supporting Crooked Tree Art Center. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to keep up my ballet training while we're in quarantine. It was hard for me to adapt to dancing in my bedroom, but our teachers did a great job of giving us fun, entertaining dance classes to do every single day. Thank you, Crooked Tree, for everything you do for me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for supporting me. Ballet is my dream, and you made my dream come true. Thank you.
Thank you for supporting Crooked Tree Art Center School of Ballet while we've been recording.
Thank you for supporting Crooked Tree Art Center and teaching us how to dance and doing Zoom lessons during quarantine.
If you would like to support the CTAC Dance Scholarship Fund, you may do so online at dartforart.givesmart.com or call us at 231-347-4337. And thank you for your support in helping to keep our ballet students dancing across the stage. But don't forget, not only can you donate to support arts education and dance, you can also make a donation to support arts education in music as well as visual arts. They're both one click away, and the phone lines are still open. Now we'd like to take a moment again to thank our sponsors, Greenleaf Trust, North Harbor Christie's International Real Estate of Petoskey, and Christie's International Real Estate of Traverse City. We would also like to take a moment to thank some of our special donors, Susie and Jack Baker, Richard Brody, Walt and Nancy Byers, Linda and Dan Casasanta, Jackie and Ron Coquette, Bill and Marilyn Crawford, John Holder and Julie Fazone Holder, Sis Fisher, Josephine Flaherty, Perry Irish Hodgson, Ann and Dave Irish, Jean and Arnold Kluge, Nancy Kohler, Dave and Debbie Kring, Bill and Ann McCormick, Jack and Rebecca McNaughton, Bill and Jane Millar, Sonia Perkins, Petoskey Plastics and the Key Sweater family, Tony and Julie Reiner, Jim and Kathy Schroeder, C. Sinclair, Dave and Robin Small, Ann and Gail Stevens, Mary Whitlock, Hal and Gail Willens, Wendy Winters, Kurt and Phoebe Witzke, and Mary and Dave Wood. Thank you so much for your support to the CTAC. And most of all, we would like to give a heartfelt thanks to you. Thank you so much for tuning in, for placing bids, making donation, and purchasing tickets. All your efforts go to supporting arts education and the arts here at CTAC. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And now, a final reminder that the auction closes at 8 p.m. tonight, so get your final bids in now. As we end this evening's festivities, we invite you to enjoy a performance from the CTAC Garage Band. These student musicians are rocking their way through northern Michigan, and we hope you enjoy this performance that they put together just for you as a thank you for your generous support. My name is Ben Whiting. Thank you so much. Support the arts, and have a magical evening.
Like uptown, so smooth and a motorbike. I'm a never slow down, you never grow old. I'm tired of screwing up, tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town. Oh my, oh hell yes. Honey, put on that party dress, buy me a drink, sing me a song, take me into club, cause I can't stay long. Let's dance to Mary Jane, one more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in, I'm tired of this town again. Oh, guitar. Standing in her underwear, looking down from a hotel room, and that time will be coming soon. Oh my, oh hell yes, I'm gonna put on that party dress. It was too cold to cry when I woke up alone. I hit my last number and walked to the road. Let's dance to Mary Jane, one more time to kill the pain. Summer creeping in and out, I'm tired of this town again. Oh, 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 electric is spinning. Yeah. Your head will collapse, but there's nothing in it. And you're asking yourself to say, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming. I was swimming in the Caribbean. Animals were hiding behind her eyes. Something to fish, but they told me to sweat. Trying to talk to me, got it.